All right. Welcome back to our day 10 of No Money, No Credit, No Excuse Real Estate Challenge. So, again, I always want to acknowledge you for getting to this point, that you're even here watching. Okay, you're on the right track. Whether you're just catching up or you're feeling a little behind or you are on track, you're here. So, showing up, that's what really matters the most. All right, this journey isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. So, wherever you are today, know that you're exactly where you're meant to be. And today, we are going to take another step forward. So, let's talk about where we are in the challenge. All right, so over the past few days, we've noticed we've reached out to our brokers, we've reached out to wholesalers, and I've received some rents and properties, their details and comps and stuff back. So that's a big win. These numbers really are the key to making a really informed decision. So I'm going to introduce you guys to the underwriting sheet that I created just for this residential space. It's really, really simple. It's nothing complicated. But this is going to be your guide to evaluating deals. I want you guys to practice, play with it. It's a powerful tool might seem a little overwhelming at first, but trust me, it's going to be so simple. And as I go through this, and you guys can rewatch this over again, just to go through the sheet. And then we will have this sheet for you guys to download in the description of this post in our Skool community. All right. So just think of this sheet as a roadmap. It's going to help you figure out if a property is truly a good deal just by analyzing the numbers. My friend Ryan always says, if you know the numbers, then decisions are easy to make. Right. So the more familiar you get with it, the more confident you're going to feel. Just like everything else that we're going to do, the more repetitions, the more times you're actually willing to go push the comfort, your comfort levels, then those are all going to be ways in which you will be more confident. All right. So, and you may be thinking that you don't know how to use this sheet or, anything like that. It will be very simple. I promise you're going to be able to get it. And just by playing with these numbers, hopefully you'll get more into this challenge and you'll feel really excited about it. The other thing that I want to share also is that over the past couple days, I've also started talking to investors about real estate opportunities as well. So this is really another big part of this process of the no money, no credit, because somebody's got to fund your deal, right? Because if you're not going to come up with your money or your credit, all you really need is to leverage. And this is what I love about real estate. So, I think the magic number for beginners, I'm just going to throw it out there. If you're just getting started, you're probably going to need to talk to about 50 people before you find your first investor. I know in the beginning I said 100, but 100 will guarantee you probably an investor, because if you talk to 100 people, you'll be that confident. But I think the magic number is probably somewhere around 50, as long as you're following what we're doing and you're starting to get confident in your underwriting and you're actually doing the work. Because doing the work and analyzing a ton of properties is actually what's going to give you the confidence to tell your investors that this is a really great deal. It's no different than telling somebody that, to come and watch a great movie. Right? If you know that it's a great deal, you are actually very enrolling. I'm telling you that for sure. And so each conversation is going to get you closer to your goal. And you can think about it this way. All right. If you had to talk to 50 people and your life will change forever, would it be worth it? And the answer is definitely yes. But the next question is, how long are you willing to wait for that life-changing things? Okay, so I encourage you guys today to open up this underwriting sheet with me, to plug in the rents, do all these things. And I'm going to show you guys what our Skool community looks like for those of you guys that are just kind of joining for the first time and how it works. Oh, leaderboard. Okay, so we have Aaron at 104 likes already. So it's, we just launched it with this 30-day challenge, and we're at 166 members. Again, 500 people will be able to join this community for free. After that, it will be paid, and anyone that has joined before that is going to be grandfathered in. So make sure you tell your friends, tell your family. this is just the first of many challenges that we will do. The next one, I think we're going to do like a CRM challenge. We'll do, marketing challenge. We'll do AI challenge. Might do a wholesale challenge. There'll be a lot of different things that we'll put together, and this is going to be really fun. I think this is a really great Skool community that we've created, and the people here are epic. And so many people are really, really active, as you can see in our leaderboards. The way that I measure in our leaderboards is how many people make it to level 4. So 2%, a couple of people, maybe 3 people have made it to a one-on-one coaching call with me. That's awesome. But a lot of people have made it to our free multifamily mastery class, which, this is a very, very detailed course that I created for, to understand multifamily. I mean, everything from underwriting to tax strategies to compliance, raising capital, investor relations, all the things in here. It's a really phenomenal course. We used to sell it for over $1,000. So yeah, definitely check it out, but join our Skool community for sure. Let's see what else. Okay, I want to just get started. I want to show you guys where we're at. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to open these 2 things. These are the comps that I have received in North Las Vegas for under $350,000, 3 bedrooms minimum. So these are all in North Las Vegas. You guys heard the conversation before that, North Las Vegas is where the opportunities are. It's an upcoming area, and I think we can get cash flowing deals here. So not as important as looking at the properties right now as just making sense of rental, how much we can get for different things. So let's see, we have okay, so 4 threes. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,675 square feet. And maybe this is not big enough, but let's make it a little bit bigger, see if we can have you guys see this clearer. Yeah, I'm looking at the listed price for these 3 twos. I think they're gonna be somewhere around $2,200 per month, and we see some 2,000s. So maybe what we'll actually do is we'll put the lowest price for 2,000. Okay, 2,000, 2,000, yeah, 2,100, 2,000, something like that. And then let's look at these prices. All right, so we have 315,000. This is a good one. I don't know if this is in order. Oh, this is in order of price. So no, it's not. Okay. Original listed price. So this has come down to 293. Okay, 293. Interesting. You do want to compare square footage though. So for 2,000, you're getting somewhere around 1,300 to even 2,000 square feet. And so let's see what we have here. This is only 1,181. So maybe we'll get like 1,800, something like this. But usually it's not that big of a difference. It's literally how many bedrooms, It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. Let's see if there's some bigger ones here. So you guys see what I'm looking at, right? I'm looking at the approximate living spaces, but this might be just a lot square footage. Okay, so it is the... Okay, and so we're gonna see if these make sense. 346. So I just had a comps pull for everything under 350,000. Okay, this is a bigger house. This has got 1,655, and this is going for 350. We might be able to get it a little bit lower. So let's go into our numbers for just so you guys can see what I'm looking at here and what we're gonna do. So this is the sheet. We just made it. It's not very sexy or anything, but it's very easy. You want to fill in the blue spaces, okay? So the blue spaces are basically where you enter the number. So we're going to do, that one was 340,000. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so, investment property, we're going to put 20% down. So right now the capital needed, okay, is 81,600 for you to close this deal. This includes the closing costs. That's your loan, 272,000. And we're going to put the rental income for, let's do 2,100. So we're not going to have other income. We'll just do that. And here is where you can plug in all the expenses for the property. You want to do this when you're going into the due diligence, but I would just say in the beginning, you can put somewhere around 50%. For single family like this, it's probably a little bit less, but we're going to put 50% to be safe. And we're going to look at principal and interest, okay, for this property. If interest rates was, probably 7% right now. Oh man. So the debt payment is $1,809 for this property. So your cash flow is going to be negative 760. That's not going to work, is it? So what if we were running at 30%? Oh, wait. Yeah, so if we were running at 30%, our expenses would be 630. Per month. I'm not sure. Maybe we can run somewhere around that. But this is how you plug it in. You're going to start plugging in these numbers and you'll come over here. All right, so let's do 40. So, yeah, this property is probably not going to work here. We may need some of the higher rental comps. It figures out for you. We already put the calculations in there for the interest rates and all that. Now, I'm just going to show you guys the difference, right, between what interest rates used to be versus now. Because if we did 3%, we're actually positive cash flowing on this deal, right? So 7, it makes it a lot more expensive. So let's see if we can find, like, what number do we need to be at, right? 315,000. So we're like close, right? Let's see where 300,000 would take us if we were to go 300. Wow, we're still in the negative. So it's it's very hard to cash flow this property now in a long term, right? So even if you're buying long term, it's just because interest rates are so high right now. It's such a pain in the ass. All right, so we could keep it at 7. Maybe if we get interest only. What if we get interest only? Okay, so this might start to work a little bit better if we're interest only. I don't know. Yeah, this is, oops, let me undo that. So when you think about interest only, okay, interest only is when you're just paying the 7%. If you add principal to it, which most conventional lending will do. Now we have DSCR loans, certain other types of loans. DSCR is debt coverage service ratio, which is really just looking at how much the property can generate because it's an investment property. But when you put principal in there, usually this adds about 1.5 or 1.25%, something like that to it. Okay, so it's seriously very hard to find something that is going to cash flow positive like this, right? But you are going to look at your own markets because you may find your market, a 3-2 you might be able to rent for, or maybe we find something with more bedrooms. All right, let's see if we can. So this one's a 4-bedroom. What's 4 bedrooms getting? 4 bedrooms getting like 2,500. Yeah. Now we're being very conservative, right? Because we want to also look at, like, when we really put all of these things in, because you might not run that much, right? You might not run that much expenses, so you can actually get some positive cash flow here. But as you can see, right now we are not able to cash flow on these properties. I need something. Either I need another investment strategy where we can get more rental, right? If we break up the rooms and we did something like a pad split, and each unit was each bedroom was renting for, say $600, 600 times 4 bedrooms. That's not going to work. They usually run about what? I think like 400 a week or something. Not sure, but you might have to look at different things. So this is a sheet for you to just plug in numbers, figure out your rental, figure out your expenses, and figure out your debt so that you can see the return on your money. Now, let's say we figured out a way to either Airbnb or do some sort of pad split type of thing, and we're able to generate 4,000 here. Even still, it's not very pretty. All right, it's kind of hard to find a good cash flowing single family property. See, this is the challenge that we face today. Is the interest rates being so high, it's hard to find what we want. But if you could get something that cash flowed, right, in this interest rate, as the interest rates come down, let's say it goes to 5%. Or actually, this is not that bad. This is 1.67% per month. All right, this is not bad. So this multiplied over to 12, it's a good return. All right, I'm gonna actually have you guys. I'm gonna create one that has a yearly, so you guys can actually see the cash on cash. Because 1.67, if you take your calculator at 1.67 times 12, that's 20%. 20% return on your money. So, if you can find the property that your expenses, you can make a cash flow of $1,200, that's really good. So, there are definitely properties you can do. And this one's not super bad either, right? $500 a month split between you and your investors might not be that good, but this is a sheet that you guys should start playing with. Get familiar with this. If you don't know how to use this sheet and you have questions, this is where you got to comment. But you want to start playing with the numbers and start looking at deals, right? You can also be going to like realtor.com and look for Redfin, or realtor.com, Redfin, Zillow, whatever. And right here. So realtor.com, you can continue to look at properties. You can literally just spend hours practicing on your own to, put the price in so that you get a property, and then you put in what you're looking for. Look for rent, and then you can compare the two. Or you can ask your broker and just get a sheet like I did. Right, that's just a quick sheet, and it just saves me time and allows me to build a relationship with the broker. But you can just do some of these calculations on your own. And before you know it, you'll be, all you really got to know is what are the rents going for, right? Rents in Las Vegas. Okay, so I'm seeing 3.2s going for 25 here for this property. This one's a big one. This one's going for 4,000. So you got to see where your threshold goes, right? So I'm going to go to North Las Vegas. And I want to see what things are renting for. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $22.95. Whoa, this is a big house. This is probably a good deal for somebody if you're looking to rent. But let's see. So we're just looking in North Las Vegas right now to see what a 3.2 is. Let's go with 3.2. All right, there's little apartments going for $12.75. That's really cheap. Jeez. 23. Is there apartment complex? Apartment complex. I want to see what a house price would be. So let's go to a single family. And so one of the things I would also do is you can go to how do do I organize this by lowest to highest? Maybe it's already put into that order. No, it's not. I would look at, like, let's say, wow, this is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath going for $2,800. Yeah, you see the rental market here right now is not really caught up to the price of the properties, but this 3.2 is going for $1,795. Jeez. This is brand new. $2,095. Yeah, I mean, maybe this market is not the best to look in, but I want to find something. So I want to know, what number do I have to be? Oh, this is 4-bedroom, 3-bath going for $2,200. Jeez. You know what? I might need to, like, call one of these guys just to see how legit all of this is. Because sometimes what they do is they post things that bait you. You know, and you call them and you contact them and they say, hey, the property's not available, but we have these other ones that you can look at. So, you know, you can do your own research like this just to practice. But if you want to save time, call a broker. This is 6-bedroom going for $2,200. What is this thing about? That's crazy talks. Okay, well, it's very basic, but we got 6 bedrooms. I mean, this would be a great property to pad split or something like that, actually. You know, let's see. Let's go to buy. Let's go to North Las Vegas. Actually, let's go to all of Las Vegas. And we'll go to house. We'll go to 5 bedrooms. See what that gets us. Okay. Alright, so look. There's a 5-bedroom here for $374. Now, perhaps this is the way we gotta go. Right? See, now I'm finding what threshold I need to be in order to cash flow. This is not bad. This, oh wait, this property might need some work. What is that? What's this floor? Oh yeah, this probably needs some work right here. Yeah, it needs a lot of work. Whoa. No wonder. Okay, well, you gotta put some money into this. But I think this might be worth it, you know, something like a 5-bedroom like this. Because if you look at all of Las Vegas, and this is pretty big. I mean, you're looking at some absurd prices. I mean, for a 5-bedroom anywhere, you don't see anything in that price. Right? I mean, the closest is $662,000. So we can renovate this thing and still make a profit. That might be a good house. I might look into that. See, I'm only doing a little bit of research right now, and you guys already see that I'm, you know, starting to find out what's a good property. What am I looking at? All right, this one's $591, and that one's $370. Even if we put $60,000 into it, it's probably pretty good. There are no 5-bedrooms that are that cheap unless they're in foreclosure. So we might give that broker a call. We might call to that property. Yeah, this is all of Las Vegas. Wow. Look at these. This thing's $19 million. Okay, well, hopefully you guys see what I'm doing and you guys can begin doing the same thing. It's just just really about really understanding your market, because you might not have a good deal right now, but for sure, think about it like this. What you guys just witnessed, if I was to see a 5-bedroom pop up for $320,000, wouldn't that be a steal? Right? Or if I saw a 3.2 going for like 200 something thousand, just because I know, right? You you've plugged a number into these sheets for so long. Like if we did 340, let's say 350 on that 5-bedroom. And we could get something like $3,200 a month in rent. All right. I mean, it's cash flowing something at least. Your expenses might not be this high. This is why you want to plug it in. So maybe let me take a look at that property right now. See if we can just plug it in. So 374. So what did I put? 350? No. All right. So 375. Probably won't even offer that, but let's see what the expenses are. So you have your property taxes at 300, insurance at 84. So what did I just say? 384. Okay, so you put 300. And we'll just kind of take this out for now. So insurance is 84. This will go to like manual, so we'll plug this in right here. Let's see, management, they usually take about 10%. So, even if it's 320, you probably won't pay utilities if you're renting it out, but you're accounting, you got to account for this at the end of the year for this property. Would say it's probably somewhere around $120 a month to do. You could do this cheaper, right? You can do some of these things cheaper. Legal will kind of just be up front. And you can add other fees to this, but I would also like put aside like $100 a month for repairs. Yeah, so we are up there. So 924 is where we're at. What if we went to percent? 960. See, we're already being pretty conservative. Now, if you take management out and you self-managed, which I don't recommend because you will max out. Now we're cash flowing $600 a month, right? Now, if we'll still put accounting in there, repairs should definitely, you have some reserves in there for repairs. Put $100. I mean, unless you raise this money up front first, right? You can remove that, and you just have money sitting in the account for extra. Extra up here. So this is, if you take 0.78 times 12, this is about 9.36% cash returns, on your money. And maybe we can even get interest only on that. Now we're looking at, 1.05 times 12. Now we're looking at 12.6%. All right, this is not a bad property, especially if you saw like a 5-unit, and you might have to put more money to invest into this, or you might need some extra capex money and stuff to renovate this unit, something like this. But this is worth looking at a deal. You can go deeper if you have questions, post it in the chat. Also, have you guys found your accountability partner yet? I was talking to my wife about working out. And, as much as I work out 6 times a week, for almost 2 hours a day. I would say I'm pretty regimented and disciplined in working out. But when my trainer leaves on vacation or whatever, I literally make it like 1 out of 5 days. As disciplined as I am and as hard as I work out every day, it's very hard when you don't have somebody to hold you accountable. Okay, so let's go back to just talking about reality of things. So I've been talking to investors, and what I'm literally just sharing, look, I'm looking at some real estate deals right now, and I'm looking for some partners to joint venture with me. I'll do all the work. And, sometimes the conversation leads to, if they have 401ks, IRAs, things like that, we can also begin to share how to move that, right? And have you thought about diversifying some of the things in your 401k and IRA. Would you want to put it into a real estate deal? I'll run it, I'll manage it for you, I'll find you a really good deal. If I was to find something like that would give you cash flow every month, like, would that be something that you're interested in? And so some form of conversation like that, that's really all I do. And people say, yeah, please tell me more about it. Now, I've also built up a reputation. I've people know me for real estate. I mean, people call me all the time with questions. So, I have a little bit of an advantage as I'm reaching out, but maybe I get 1 out of 4 phone calls. I'll have somebody interested in investing. You might need 1 out of 50 to start, but I've been playing this game for 15 years, so I've built that up. All right, so you can, if I had somebody that taught me this stuff that I'm teaching you guys now and showing me the way, I would have compressed the time. I would have really compressed the time. So that's what I'm doing. I want to take my experience. I really have since I bought my first property, I guess about 15 years of experience in real estate that is done, plus 4 years of education before that. Nobody was there to guide me, so it took me a long time to even buy my first property. Now, we want to get this done in 30 days. Okay, so I'm really, really trying to share my knowledge so that you guys can compress the time. And I hope that you guys are getting value out of what I'm creating and that the videos aren't too long. But I want to make sure I show you everything, that I share all of this with you. And so I want to leave you guys with that. I understand that this journey can feel intimidating sometimes, but you're not just learning how to buy a property. You're learning into stepping into a bigger version of yourself. These are the wealth building skills that you need to develop in order to even be in this game. So you got to have the courage and you got to have the belief in what's possible. Every number and every deal you analyze that you plug into this sheet, I would say if you underwrote 100 properties, you're probably going to find 1 or 2 that are good enough to go deeper in, right? Every investor that you talk to, every sheet, every deal you analyze, it's going to be proof for you that you're doing the work, and your self-esteem about this will go higher, and your confidence will go higher. And you're really showing yourself, you're showing up for yourself. One of my mentors, Bill Walsh, he always says, you got to show up for your own success story, right? So you got to show up. You got to show up for your goals. You got to show up for your future. And just by doing this, by being a part of this challenge, it really is something that you can be proud of. And I promise you haven't seen the fruits of all that you're putting in here, but you will. In time, you will see how much you've grown just by going through this challenge and watching all the videos and going through all of this. All right, so that's really all I got for you guys today. And I'm going to analyze a lot more deals in my time. So I'll tell you guys tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's, yeah, we might get one in tomorrow, but tomorrow is my birthday. So we'll see what happens there. But I will be analyzing more deals until I find something. And in the next video, I'll show you guys what I find. All right, but I'll be underwriting and analyzing probably 50 deals, and it doesn't have to take a long time. 50 deals can probably take, 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours to do, because you don't have to plug in all the numbers, because as you see deals, you're like, oh yeah, I know that those numbers won't work. But you still want to talk to the broker sometimes to see what's the wiggle room. You still want to plug it in sometimes to see, you'll probably underwrite. The price has got to be very different for you to really underwrite it. Price and income. These are the 2 things that you got to really focus on. Okay. Most of the rest of this stuff will probably be pretty much similar and the same. But we created this, you can do percentage or you can manually enter through here, and it does a calculation for you. All right. And then this same thing. It's principal and interest. This is probably if you're going conventional, but we have many lenders that can do interest only in an investment property. So look to that too. Interest only, you're not building any equity through, oh, wow, I'm not even showing you guys, but okay. So yeah, let's go back to the sheet. So the sheet really is, you're going to be entering the numbers through here. And as you guys can see, we have percentages for you. You can just enter the percentage or you can manually enter it. Here for the interest, you're going to put in the interest rate. We can just take 7 for now, but you know, most of the times if you go conventional, you'll have to do principal and interest, but we have lenders that can do interest only for your property. So let's try and see if we can get this cash on cash to at least, you know, 0.75 per month. Maybe by the time you're using this, we would have updated the sheet to make a yearly cash on cash return for you. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And that's it. That's all, folks. Thanks for hanging in here. And, you know, give yourself a pat on the back that you've made it all the way through here. So see you in the next one.